I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past. I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past.
Welcome, everybody. Hi, Dot. Hi,
Hi,
Theo.
Sarah. Hi, Theodore.
Hello.
Good to see you guys this morning. Wait, where is everybody? Are you guys in the same location?
I'm in Dubai.
In Dubai, Theo?
And I'm in Romania.
Come on.
We're international.
I'm in Cali. We're international. Drop in the chat. Where are you guys joining us from? I love to see where our community is calling in from, because we are a global community of builders. So excited. So today we are going to, we thought it was really, we always try to create something that's going to be relevant, right? So that you can start to understand in a more broad way how to use Biela. We had a call yesterday. Oh, come on, South Africa. Woo! I love that. Johannesburg, that's awesome. Huge fan of the continent. But yesterday in our call, we were chatting with some people, and really we're thinking about, okay, it's graduation season. How can we help? Understanding what Biela can do sometimes can feel a little bit overwhelming, right? Like it's a tool that can create something as simple as a website, but it can create something as complex as a gaming platform with cryptocurrency, GPS integrated. Clearly, I'm not the developer. Come on, Dubai. And so we always like to give you new ways to utilize Biela in things that are actually very practical, so that it takes it out of the abstract and really brings it into a place where you start to realize, oh, I don't need an app for this. I can create it myself. Or I'm working through something with my own family, and I can actually create an app to help with that. And so our team, actually Dodd, who's joining us today, came up with this amazing idea called, what is it called?
A future me problem.
A future me problem. I love that. That was a great intro. And it's essentially this concept that kids, right? It's graduation season. Maybe they've had mentorship. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they're not quite too sure what it is they want to do in this next phase of their life. And if for those of us who have mentors sort of guiding us along the way, that's amazing and that's great. But it's just not necessarily the case for everyone, as well as sometimes people will not raise their hand in a room full of students and say, oh, I want to do this. Maybe they have passions that they haven't really discussed with people. Maybe they're into certain things online and they haven't really shared that. And so this app is really a mentorship, career guidance type of app. And this has huge potential. It can be gamified, right? To start interacting with kids, even when they're maybe in their 11th grade year, really tapping into special interests, passions, what they're naturally good at, and then using the power of AI integration to suggest career opportunities that they may not be thinking of. Right? Like sometimes there are niche opportunities that they just would genuinely not know about. But we're going to actually integrate the AI so that they have that type of outside of the box mentorship. Okay, go ahead, Dad. Say what you're going to say.
I was gonna say, it's not only what, like, they don't know what they want, or like they have hobbies but they haven't decided yet. But even for the people who have decided, sometimes you want something but you don't know what to expect. Like, I knew I wanted civil engineering, but when I actually studied civil engineering, it was something else. Something that, oh, it's about physics. Nice. So it's something that gets you like shows you what the journey is about, what to expect in your career, or like during the process of being educated.
Yeah,
that's a good idea to add
that's
as well.
so good. And then and when you start to engage and have these conversations, you realize it's much more broad. Like you mentioned, civil engineering, same for me. Like I went into economics, and I think I just went into economics because it was what I equated like a business degree to be with.
Mhm.
Right? But when it comes to the use cases or what you can actually do, until you meet people who are in that field or whatnot, you don't have any idea. Now we're going to integrate the power of AI to do some of that digging on behalf of career switchers, hobbyists, right? Students who are graduating. And then to further start to make suggestions about places where you could study or the type of additional training or whatnot that you would want to engage in so that you can head down a path that you would enjoy. Because let's be honest, I think best recommendation for anyone is do something that you love. Find a way to monetize something that you love rather than going out and getting a career because you see that it has an earning potential of a particular amount, right? You'll probably never reach that cap because you don't love it. So we love this. The app is called Future Me Problem, and we're solving that problem today.
Let's do it.
Okay, amazing. So as always, Theo has been working behind the scenes, and we did when we were talking about this app, you guys, we had a conversation. We're chatting with one another, and that was actually a really helpful part of the process, right? The three of us were on a call, and we were just like, okay, and then it could be like this, and then it could be like this, and we really just took the transcript from that conversation and I put that transcript into chat and I was like, hey, summarize this, chat. So then from there, I can start to create a prompt. And the reason that I think that's a powerful thing to mention is that it all really begins with a conversation, but the summary that maybe chat or whatever other AI that you may use gives you a nice, well-rounded sort of articulate approach where you can start. And then from there, we handed it to Theo. So Theo, what happened next?
So what happened next was I looked at the prompt, or not prompt, let's say the idea that Sarah gave me.
The idea.
And I created a prompt myself. Actually just finished it a couple minutes ago, right before the live stream started. So it's as natural as possible, let's say. And I just fed it to Biela right now, just so we can have a head start while Sarah was talking. Just so we can have a head start so that it doesn't take too long in building it, because it's quite a complex prompt. So let me read it to you guys to see where maybe I missed something or maybe I didn't. So let's see. I want an app called Future Me Problem. This will be a mobile app that starts off with a welcome screen and does a journey with different pages on each page that the AI that I will add as an open router key. I'm just giving some explanations here. I will add the open router key in the env variable myself. We'll ask questions either with responses such as open-minded, open-ended questions where the user can write their own answer, or with options that the user can click to pick. So I'm looking to build here something like, I think it's called a welcome page or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it's a mobile app that you open and then you click a button and then it goes to the next page, and then it actually kind of slides to the next page and then slides again to the next page. So on all of these different pages, we'll have an AI question that will be able to, that the student will be able to answer either via a text prompt or like a text answer, or with options similar to what Biela uses nowadays, where it asks you questions.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think? What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, I actually like it. Let's see what are we gonna do with the questions themselves, and then see what
We'll make sure that
do.
we can add the specific questions. Maybe we can tell Biela at the end to add a way to create these questions or add these questions yourself. But moving on, so make sure the questions are very in-depth and related to students. It is very important. I also added that. Not that the AI will miss, but just had to make sure to add that. So at the end, I want the students to be given an in-depth recommendation report card and profile, as well as a score between other students, which will be a mock. So in this case, we're making a mock. Yeah, it will be a score that compares the value of completeness of the answers the students give. So this will, maybe if we have time, we'll be able to connect to Supabase, and whichever student if we have multiple students completing the answers or the questionnaire in this case, they will be able to, because this will be given at a fair, right? Like an education fair, they will be able to compare between each other. So it's kind of like a game in a sense,
Yeah,
which
the
will.
gamified component. The one thing I wanted to say, even too, about this particular product, if you're thinking, who would this be for, and who would create it, right? So this could easily be created by a parent or a mentor, even something like a guidance counselor at a school. It could be utilized in schools. Why am I saying that? Because understanding your client or understanding the need is like the first part of building something valuable, and then thinking about what's the valuable output. Well, the valuable output for that student is that they get a report that gives them new ideas and direction that they can potentially follow or do further research on. Now, obviously, this is kind of from the student perspective. And it can be gamified. Even you talk about sliding from different ones, like it can be gamified. So the possibilities really are endless. We're actually, as a quick sneak peek, we're bringing on to the show in probably about 20 minutes or so, a guest from our community who is doing a mentorship program for girls. She is going to be assisting them actually to learn how to create with AI, but even for mentors who are mentoring kids and want to invite them down an individualized process of finding out the things that are most important to them. Now, let's set that aside, because the other type of, let's say, person or entity that would love a product like this would be maybe a university itself or a company, right? They're trying to hire, they want to find the right people, or a school or university who's at an education fair and they're standing out front, right? They've got their company branding on. There's 200 kids who are, all graduating from high school, and they want to find out, like, do any of these kids have a good fit? There could easily be a QR code where those kids can answer some predetermined questions to help that university or that company determine whether or not it's a good fit. So there's this opportunity for a match, right? Like a match between a university
Kind of
and
like
a student.
Tinder.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
Tinder
it's
for students in university.
for kids in universities. That is hilarious. Yeah. And so saying that, so you can start to think outside of the box as it pertains to creating these type of custom builds to help you in whatever company you're in, whatever stage in life or your family is in. And yeah, so good. Kyle thought that was funny. That was good, actually. It was the first time that came up. Thanks, Theo. Tinder for universities and kids.
We'll make the universities the ones that have to swipe left and right.
Swipe left for university. I don't want to name things.
Yep.
Swipe right for teach me code.
For teaching code, right? Exactly. Okay, so it's working, huh? Biela is working.
Yep. So actually I'm not working at all. I'm scrolling through this. Biela has written a wall of text here, but I haven't even finished the prompt reading it. So I'm gonna go ahead with that while Biela continues to build. So I said that I want the students to be given a report about what they're getting into the field that the AI will recommend. So just like Dad mentioned, they will be given like a set of reports about what the fields or subjects that they will be getting into the universities. And for these fields, maybe they want to know what exactly they require. So we're trying to build that as well. Let's see if that works out. Maybe they will be given something like, well, in this case, for what was it? Civil engineering?
Yeah, Dad. Yeah, civil engineering.
Yeah, it was. So for civil engineering, you need physics. So in this case, yeah, I will say that you need a strong understanding of physics.
And it's even for the career path, like as she said, like she went into economy and she never knew, like even with civil engineering you have like 6-7 career paths that might take. Maybe none of them you would like in the future, and maybe you'd like one of them, so you can choose what is fit for you.
That's
Yeah.
true.
This would actually be really good for teachers too. If I'm thinking about a teacher who's got, a classroom full of students, this would be an app that almost like they could interact with regularly to help them understand and sort of think outside the box. And it would be so valuable, but then yet also inexpensive for the teachers.
Yeah, well, that depends on the teacher.
Well, I've had some good teachers, and I could see them doing it. So you're right. I'd be like, yeah, get out because I'm done. I'm on my 8th cup of coffee. I have a quick thing I want to put up here. Kyle asks, do you guys mind showing me how to edit an app once it's done? For example, the logo in the middle or change colors. So I'm just showing that to you now so that while we're doing this build, we can do that, Theo.
For sure. Yeah, we'll definitely show you, Kyle, how to do that. Moving on, I said that the more they talk and more information they provide to the AI, the more in-depth the profile and recommendation report will be. The recommendations will be for universities and specific companies. I also want this app to be able to, oh, whoops, it scrolled down for some reason. To be able to be, yeah. I also said that I also want this app to be able to be scanned by the students who will attend the education fair, and they can enter the app and do the journey intro with the questions as told in the beginning. So like we said previously, this app is mostly built for education fairs where the companies, or in this case, let's say us, we will be hosting the education fair where universities and job companies, or companies, businesses in this case, and students will come to interact with each other. And since we are the education fair hostees, or what is it called exactly?
Yeah, hosts.
Yeah, so the hosts, since we are the hosts, we will be having an QR code at the entrance of the building or whatever,
yeah.
where the students then can scan the QR code and then join the app, answer a couple of questions, and then again, the universities and the companies can swipe right or left on the students. I'm joking. We're not building Tinder for students or universities in this case, but you get the idea.
Definitely.
They can pick their own students. Moving on, the companies and universities should be mock ones, but should be related to the students that attend the education fair. In short, the students will scan a QR code that takes them to either Google Play or Apple Store, where they can download this app and then begin the journey to self-discovery and their capabilities. So that's the end of this prompt.
Nice. The thing that I also want to point out is when it comes to where we are in society at this time, right? We see the adaptation of AI in, really every sphere. And so you go, how will I become successful in using AI? And it really is thinking about the industry that you're already in, and then how can you make it better? Or how can you create a tool to optimize what normally happens and streamline what normally happens into a way that makes it more productive, more valuable. And so you'll find us on these Thursday calls thinking about things from the perspective of a certain career type or a certain job, or because we're putting ourselves into the mind of that individual and going, how can I make this better? This is your competitive advantage. So maybe you were a teacher for years, or maybe like our guest last week, you had a window cleaning business, and you're starting to think about, how can I use Biela to help me create something that makes my work easier or more valuable? That is the number one way to utilize building in the AI space right now, because it's bringing improvements to the different business interactions that we have on a day-to-day basis. And so when our guest comes on, you're going to see a major advancement that I'm super excited to share with you guys, because I know that even when you see what she is doing after we finish this component, you're going to realize, oh, there's an even bigger door that I could potentially open. And so all of this is around wrapping our minds around what it's like to do work with AI, what it's like to now have a team of developers in your pocket creating digital solutions for your industry, your country, whatever.
Yep. I have a couple of questions in the chat here that I want to show. So can the app have animated actions? Probably, most likely, in fact, but we can add them if you want. I'm not sure if, since this is a pretty complex prompt in the beginning, I'm not sure if it's going to focus too much on the animated aspect of or the user interface aspect of the whole app, because it's pretty complex in my opinion. But we can try in a couple of minutes and see if we'll see if it has any animated actions, and if not, we can add them.
What would you see as like something that we would animate?
Maybe the pages between each questions. Oh wow, it actually loaded.
Ah,
Okay.
discover the you you'll become. That's cute. I like it. I like the color scheme, actually. That was fast. Didn't it seem fast?
It was actually kind of fast. So, but we do have an issue. So let me just. Okay. So let's see in the preview. For now, we don't have the AI connected, but I will make sure to connect that before we move on to the ending of this section. But let's see how it looks so far. So I'm going to switch to tablet mode.
And Kyle, if you have any suggestions of animations, or anyone else in the chat, you can give us any suggestions for animations that you would like to see.
Come on, why is it not loading? I got to load this manually maybe. But the problem that I was mentioning, so we do have an ENV example here. Oh, it's actually loading. So this is why I meant it's gonna take a little bit longer. It's actually loading in the chat here. So there's a loading bar. We gotta wait on that. In the meantime, maybe we can talk about something else. So you mentioned maybe, should we talk a little bit about the like the company side or the university side of this app that we're gonna do in the next live stream, maybe?
The next part that we're going to build. Yeah.
Should we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we can, because we're thinking about this concept of pairing, right? So whether you're, let's say you work at a university or a company and you have your own set of products and services and you want to find the right people for your organization, you would find yourself in career fairs or education fairs where you're representing your company in a room full of people, right? And maybe they come by your, excuse me, by your booth or your section of the room, or maybe you stand on stage and you actually talk about Teach Me Code, or you stand on stage and talk about your business. But then how do you create that easy way to directly connect and get some relevant information? I mean, this honestly even applies to someone who's doing a speech for something, you know, for their own company, right? It doesn't even have to be a university, but how do you create an easy way to gather a good amount of information, almost like to create a lead? It's like a lead magnet, if you will, almost to create a way to gather that information. And so we are thinking about it from that side of the coin, or like the flip side of the coin as well. If I'm a university and I know that my university specializes in tech education, then I'm going to pre-design a series of questions that are all made available in this very same type of format. So when I'm standing and talking, I can present my QR code and say, if you're interested more into this organization or this university, click this or scan this code and begin to fill out your information. Now, you have a pre-arranged set of questions. They're answering the questions. obviously you're able to see, is this a good fit? Then you also are able to have a whole set of new leads, new data that you have for anyone, and it's very easy, right? It's seamless, and I think that's what you're looking for, especially in an environment where there's a lot going on, or it's a speaking engagement, or you have a sort of career fair. So we were going to approach the same problem solution from the university side, because then we can start to look at the database
Yep.
of information, and even potentially create, email drip, or sort of what is marketing or contacting those leads. What does that look like after the event is over? And now you've got, 50, 100 new prospects or 20 new prospects, creating a database where you can easily sort of walk yourself through a new customer acquisition process.
And we can also keep the student interactive for longer, or make them answer more questions or talk more with the AI that's implemented in this app. Because with the aspect of like being contacted by a business, they will have more, or a university, right? With the lead feature, they will have more of a reason to fill in more information about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good.
You can analyze the data. You can see, like, for example, you paid for this education fair and 3 other education fairs. Which one brought you better leads? Which one did not? The people sitting in the booth, like, instead of them spending 30, 40 minutes with one person, now they can spend less time and get more data, where this data is stored somewhere in a database where they can reapproach them again. And also it's interactive. It's fun for the students who are using the Tinder.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun.
We should call this Tinder.
Well, and it gives you more of an opportunity to, Dodd, to that point, like, to actually make a human connection in that moment, right? Like, you're actually chatting with the person versus, and then there's an opportunity for them to, talk about all of their experiences or upload resume or whatever, so that you actually have an opportunity to connect more genuinely in that moment on the human to human aspect.
Okay, let's give this application a test
like
right before we.
The branding is nice, and the colors, like.
Yeah, I mean, this is the landing page, or like welcome screen, I would say, but it does look pretty nice. I do like it. It's got some pretty futuristic, I suppose, colors with the purple and the cyan, or whatever. Yeah. So we can scan a fair QR code. So I really like this body of text here at the bottom. So it says, at a fair, scan the booth QR to unlock universities and companies recruiting today. So that is really cool. I didn't actually think about that. So that's really nice. We can scan, but we need a camera access, and we can't really grant that on the web part. But we could if I put this on my phone here, but we're not going to do that right now. So let's see, begin your journey. Yes, okay, so we got to add the AI key. Well, since I have an issue with the AI key, because I can't really add it for now, I got to create a .env file here. Maybe we can move on to the next project. So in the meantime, I can figure out this issue, and we can show it at the end. How about that?
That sounds great. That sounds great.
Yeah. I'll make sure to come back to this and show you
definitely. I actually anticipated that. So without further ado, we're going to add our friend hailing from the Caribbean to the stage. Please, everyone, welcome Regina. Oh, is it Wiley?
Wait, Regina, you're muted.
Hold on.
Wait. Let me unmute. Okay.
There we go.
Sorry, Regina Wiley. Hi, everyone.
Regina.
From the Bahamas. Yes. One and only.
One and only.
More international.
So good to meet. It's so good to chat with you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome. Okay, so tell us a bit about your project.
My project is called the I Got You Girl Project. It's a project where I mentor 200 young women starting out, where I have conferences for them. I take them I pay for all their dresses, hair, makeup, all that stuff. And we take them to balls and different events to get them implemented in the community to see all the different things that's happening. And the idea came to me when I was introduced to Biela to start a project for them where we can, because the conference, when we do the conference, we talk to them about self-esteem, responsible social media. We talk to them about entrepreneurship. We talk to them about the power of knowing who you are. We talk to
Yeah.
them about mental health.
Oh, good.
So the idea came to me to create a platform where we could put all this in one place and get them to be able to do a course where they receive certificates and all that sort of stuff at the end. And for me to work with organizations here in the Bahamas as well as other places around the world, because I want it where we can start chapters. Because
Yeah.
once we set it up, it could be used anywhere around the world. But I want it to be where once they've completed the courses, these courses give them the opportunity to uh, use those certificates to get for the younger girls some summer jobs, for the older girls get into interviews for jobs and all that sort of stuff. So that's the basis of the project.
Okay,
Amazing.
this is I have to take this moment. Before today, Dodd, had you ever met Regina?
I haven't.
Okay, Regina, have you ever heard anything about what Dodd was suggesting?
No idea.
I like to
Start
make a little bit
like mine. Start like mine's.
mind blown with how like well aligned these topics are.
I know.
This is
Yeah.
so this you guys, this is totally unplanned. I have to tell you, this is totally unplanned. In fact, I started working with Regina a few weeks ago, and we're talking about bringing her on so that we can build and help, trailblaze into new things. Dodd hadn't even come up with this idea. In fact, she just was like, "Hey, I had this idea," and then it wound up being that both of these topics are on the same day. We're so onto something. I love this. This is awesome.
Yeah, let's do it, sell it, and move
I
on.
feel like all of your girls could utilize this app.
Exactly.
Right? And now
Okay.
what are the age ranges that you focus on?
The ages of my girls,
Yeah.
from 13 to 18.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Amazing.
transitioning through
Yeah.
from junior school, high school, college.
Yeah. And
There
'cause
we go.
I was thinking like really the sooner you use an app like this, right? Obviously the more information, but it can almost kind of become a little bit a part of the journey, right? To really help.
Help
So
them
good.
transition.
So good. Okay,
Let's-
so let's get a little bit more into the mechanics of your build and the site that you have. So Theo is now sharing the screen, and this is your platform that you built with Biela on your own. I got you, girl. I love this. It's like
I
such
got
a
you,
perfect,
girl.
such a perfect mentorship branding. It's amazing. And
Yeah, so we got
Mhm.
a really nice landing page here. I really like the gradients and the floating emojis here. It's got a really nice vibe, like a heartwarming, maybe really inviting feel to it. So, in my opinion, it's very nice. The landing page is pretty good. You got some cards here. Do you wanna talk more about this, Regina?
yeah, like how this site would sort of work.
Yeah.
Obviously you're going to upload content, but you can kind of just give us a quick your vision. I know that this is not the actual summer program, let's say mechanics, but you can give us a little bit of the vision for how this site will be utilized, and then I'll take us into the technical implementation that we're doing today and the reasons why. Oh, you're muted again. Okay, there you go.
I've created courses for the girls dealing with like entrepreneurship. All of them are not completed as yet, but I did some so that we could work on the basics of how it would operate. So what they would do is they would click on the course, the first course, and in clicking on the course, they'll have the opportunity to fill in the answers on the platform, and then they get a grade for that. I'll have mentors who will be dealing with the girls in all the different areas. I have someone that will be dealing with self-esteem, someone that will be dealing with them with etiquette. So that person will be responsible for this. There's going to be a back office. I created it. I have to go in and complete it, where they will be able to go in and get reports from each of the girls so that we could go in and go through those reports to see who completed it, if there's anything we need to do to be able to, uh, even I wanted where we could reach out to them one-on-one at some point through via email, something like that, to do some follow-up so they could have some personal
Yeah.
One-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they can go in and they can click on the courses and go in and see the different topics and answer the questions. And it's from a biblical perspective,
Nice.
so that they can be able to answer and we can follow up from
Yeah.
there. We're going to
That's
put
But
videos on as well. I want some videos on as well
videos.
that will demonstrate some of the things that we're going to be talking about. Let's say we're talking about how to dress for interviews. We could go in and show them, how short their dresses should be, how tight the pants should be, certain things that I would want them, because these are things that I looked at when you come to interviews, used to be anyway.
Yes, they still are. They still are.
Yeah.
No, this is good. Okay, so this is also something I want to point out, which is really great and a wonderful feature of Biela that you would want to use. So what we're looking at right now is sort of the vision for her finished state site. And this site is going to provide mentorship in a lot of different areas and the ability to get certificates of completion based on the information, right? But she also is doing a summer program. Now, this site is clearly still in development. She's got to upload content and different things, but the branding is going to stay the same. And the summer program is a part of this program, but it doesn't, you don't see it necessarily here. So what I am working with Regina on is actually creating a page just for her summer program. And on the page, so this is a feature of Biela. So you're creating your project in Biela and you've got maybe your main landing page, and this one is tight, it's ready to go. But the additional functionality, the other pages, let's just say they're not ready to go. You can actually hide those pages and publish just the page that is ready. And then as you continue to build out the rest of your project, you can unhide those pages and relaunch your project so that you can add to it page by page, so that you're able to immediately get your nice, well-branded, landing page or homepage up while you still have the other ones in development. And it is so simple to do. So for Regina's summer program, that's actually how we're going to approach it, since she's still loading content and things. But one of the main milestones or roadblocks that we faced is that Regina is in the Bahamas, which is actually not a problem. That's a great situation to have. But they don't have the same payment processors, right? And I know if you're around the world, if you live on the continent, South Africa, if you're in Brazil, South America, if you're in these other places, sometimes you may not have access to the same payment processors. This is where Biela is far different than any of our alternatives. Because we're building a community of global builders, we have moments like these where our developers come on and implement localized payment methods onto sites so that you can break open your market and actually kind of have no competition. Like, Regina, is there anyone else who's bringing AI to the country of the Bahamas? No. You're muted.
Excited. I'm so excited about this.
Right? So you guys think about this. This is major. This is huge. She essentially has the opportunity to open up the market because she's offering this custom solution that honestly Theo's been building since, a few days ago or a week or plus ago when we said this is a great idea. I know there are other people in our community where you are from other countries. So wrap your mind around what's going on here, right? This is and I talk about this all the time, this is a trailblazing opportunity if you know how to seize it. So what Theo's going to walk us through is how and what he did so that now Regina's site is offering Bahamian. I did it.
Bahamians.
Bahamian payment processor abilities rather than what we would normally use here in the US. Major stuff. Okay, go ahead, Theo. Take over.
I just have another issue that I have to address. So, Regina, you gave me the wrong password or email or something like that.
For Superbase?
For Superbase, yes. So I can't connect to your.
Okay, I'll send it to you now.
Okay.
I'll send you another one.
Send it to me now. And while you send it, I'm also looking in the chat here. Don, will you read this for me?
I help kids grade 2 to 12 be amazing on stage. They speak with power and influence on topics that change the world. Plus, Jew Christian ethic leadership. That's Kid Talks Global.
Nice. I love that. So you didn't even know today. This is such an amazing theme for today. So you could easily utilize an app like this, the one that we're creating, that we're creating from Dodd's idea and Theo's implementation, and obviously so resonate with what Regina is doing. Where are you located? Kid Talks Global. Where are you located? And I love that you're focusing on speaking. This is actually really great because I think children really need to learn how to present themselves and present their ideas with conviction. Okay, Theo, I just sent you a new password, it looks like. Okay, and then I have another comment here. What did she say? Oh, she would love to contribute to these girls. Oh, thank you. I'm like, I said thank you as if it's mine. I feel a heart connection. That's so awesome. Oh, in Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm gonna figure out how we can get you guys connected because I think that's amazing. Thank you for your generosity and your heart to respond in that way. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, Theo, you have a new password. Did you see it? I'm hoping that it worked.
I don't see it on WhatsApp. Should I?
Because they asked,
refresh for a second.
I created one to get in, and then they asked for another one for the database password. So it's like two different passwords they're requesting.
Oh, here. Sorry, that was my bad. I sent it to the wrong person. Actually,
I signed in.
Okay, good. I'm actually not actually chatting while I'm working, but I have another chat with a friend of mine from Liberia, and your names are like really close in the color. So I just sent him a random password. He's like, what? He has no idea what's going on.
You will never know. But yeah, so what I did right now was connect the project, Regina's project, to Superbase because as she said, she does have an admin dashboard that I can show you guys, but let me just copy this real quick. And I can share the screen again to the actual project. So give me 1 second.
Okay. You guys, I'm so excited about this. I actually woke up in the night and I was like, this is amazing. Because these kids, so this is what she's doing for the summer program. I'm stealing her thunder. For the summer program, she's teaching the kids how to build with AI. So using Biela, of course. So now this is massive because like I would say I specifically, I'll talk to Regina and I, like we had to get over the fact that like we're not developers. We didn't grow up developing. Developing was never even a language that I learned. I did Spanish, right? But not development, right? So now all of a sudden, there is a whole generation of kids who are going to learn what building looks like using vibe coding, completely leaping over this season of time where you had to learn React or, C++ or whatever.
Yep.
And now they're going to go from idea to creation through vibe coding. And you are literally trailblazing in bringing that to the country of the Bahamas, to the island of the Bahamas. And I think this is so remarkable. I am excited to see what comes out of this. You guys, I volunteered myself. If I start streaming live from the Bahamas, it's because I'm there helping kids. This is this
hostage.
Yeah. But it's
actually a great because you're nurturing entrepreneurial things. Like you're not nurturing, like it's not development. Now development is not standing in the way between you making money, having a business, doing something on your own, which is amazing. Like this is actually the actual benefit of it.
yes.
Like it brings them to be like go there with your mindset, build your ideas, be creative.
Your mind.
Let
your mind run free. Let your mind run free.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's why I love that the topic even aligned like this. Is so crazy. Yeah, but the biggest sort of barrier to entry is the payment sort of component, right? Because now we're using this platform. Miss Regina is going to be allowing the kids to build using AI, and because of what would actually, even from the economic standpoint, we would refer to as underbanked regions, the ability to just utilize payments for, let's say, international platforms doesn't exist. And so Biela, and I would say, Alex, growing up in Romania and experiencing what it's like to really have to break into a market, he is excited about the opportunity to provide this level of integration so that we can bring new things to regions that have formerly been underserved. And so I would say Regina is the first of many. I do know that there's another affiliate who's really looking to utilize or to bring Biela into Brazil. Just as an aside, didn't know this, you can speak to Biela in your native language, even with the nuance of maybe different regions. Like if you speak Spanish or Portuguese or whatnot, but it's from a particular country, doesn't matter. Biela gets all of it, and you can actually build in your native language, which is
insane because like the language barrier has been crossed completely using AI. There's no more excuses like, oh, I speak another language, I can't really use AI coding tools, right? Yeah. Now you can. Now you have the opportunity to do it. You have the language barrier that has been crossed. You can use private CTO. You can use that Biela features. You can use voice models. I mean, it's all in here. You can use it today, and you can build today using Biela, and you can build your dream project and your dream business. So you can get rich, basically. You can enrich your country. Let's say, enrich your country with cultural.
There you go.
Yeah,
you got
that's a better way to put it.
The Tinder for education 30 minutes ago. Enrich your culture.
Yeah, exactly. We got you, Theo. Don't worry, we got you.
Yeah.
We'll round out the edges.
I might have some comments, but we got you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, so the local payment processor in the Bahamas that we're utilizing is an organization called Canoe, right? And Canoe, Kanoo. I'm not sure why it's
from Canoe. Like we have that Canoe, so it's Canoe Pay.
Okay, Canoe Pay. So what Canoe Pay is, it's a type of mobile wallet or digital wallet. What we have found, and what I know, even just having lived in West Africa, that the primary form of payment oftentimes is a version of mobile money or mobile pay. So whatever region you may be from, there's probably a primary digital wallet that is often integrated with your like cell phone provider or account. And so this option that Theo is implementing utilizes that pathway. And so I don't know if you want to, I know it's writing right now, but do you want to jump to the one that is already done and
Sure.
testing?
So let me just
So the
explain to
Canoop,
people.
sorry, the Canoop thing, it has an API that you can integrate. So once their payment is, they can do it right away from the same
Yeah,
provider.
so we're building right now. So basically, before this call, we had a really quick, very intensive meeting, and we actually brought on the meeting a Canoe representative,
Yeah.
so from the company directly, to help us implement Canoe Pay system into Regina's website, which is crazy. I mean, we're literally talking about a payment processor that comes to Biela to help us implement it into a customer's website. Very cool, very insane, and we actually did it. We implemented it in a sandbox way so that no actual payments get done, but it's very easy to switch to a non-sandbox way. So this is what Stripe offers as well. There's a sandbox where you can play around with payments with a fake credit card, and there's also a real implementation where you can put this into production and you can actually get paid. But in this case, we don't actually have real products that we're selling, so we can't really implement that right away. So that's why we're doing the sandbox. And in this call that we had prior to this live stream, we actually managed to do it, and I can show you guys the project right away. So let me remove this screen share. It's going to look exactly the same as the project, but it's going to have a couple different things, and I can show you guys exactly what's different. So let me just share my screen, add this to the stage, and as you can see, nothing much is changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing much has changed. We can still go full screen and see everything is pretty much the same. I can scroll down. We can see pretty much everything about us. We have the register, pricing, and this is actually where something did change. I did add the developer sandbox test plan, but in fact, this one doesn't actually work because Canoe Pays does take a fee, and the fee cannot actually be taken from 0.01 cents. So in this case, we're going to use the balloon plan in this example. So as you can see, we have a pay with Canoe button, and this, once we click on it, we can actually introduce an email address and a full name, and we have the BSD. Can you explain what this is? Like Bahamian?
Something.
Can you explain what BSD means?
Again.
Oh, but Bahamian sand dollar. That's a cryptocurrency that the Bahamas has.
Bahamian side dollar?
Sand, SAND, sand dollar,
Sand
sand dollar.
Sand
Yeah.
dollar. That's really cool. Implementing the same.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of Bahamas, all I think is just sandy beaches. So and clear water. So it's
Yeah.
actually really cool that you implement the sand into the
It's a good
payments.
thought. It's a good thought right there.
Good people.
That is true. Yeah, good people as well. So we have this prompt that opens up when you click on Pay with Canoe, and we can introduce the full name. So in this case, we'll do John Doe, and the email, and I'll do johndoe@testingcanoe.com, and we can click on Pay with Canoe. Oh, actually, this might actually not work. So yeah, this doesn't work in the environment here. So let me quickly switch to another tab that I have open. So it's the actual website, but give me 1 second. Just need 1 second.
I will point out to everybody who's in the chat. If you have come onto, let's say, maybe an affiliate sales call, we do have a structured affiliate program that you should be a part of if you are not already. One of the things that we talk about is the ability to build with our tech team. So what you're seeing is sort of what happens in the back office before we come onto a live to make sure that we can implement the solutions as intended. All of this problem solving and the tech components are done on our quote unquote dime or our tokens. So it's a high value to be a part of the community and build with us, because this could easily be you implementing your project and getting this type of assistance. And so this is another great reason to join our affiliate program and come join us on our Wednesday calls, as well as this Thursday call. And then in the Monday evenings in the US, we also have another call that is at 7 p.m. Eastern time, where you can get assistance with your projects as well. All right, go ahead, Theo.
All right. So all I did was I switched my screen to actually change tabs, which to the project, because this actually requires me to go from this website to Canoe's actual website. So once we click on Pay with Canoe, you'll see my website change to canoe.pay.cardassist.com. And this is their actual payment processing webpage. So it's similar to if you've paid in the West. Yeah, similar to Stripe.
Yeah.
You'll see this is where they redirect you to an actual secure payment processing platform, basically.
Yeah.
And we can introduce here our card number, which will be a fake one, so don't really bother with this one. Then we can introduce the name John, the surname Doe, or whatever.
Out loud as you type them. I am up.
And then we can use the December and 2039 with the CVV of 900. So these are just mock numbers that Canoe, the Canoe customer agent or the Canoe employee gave us, so we can test it out. We can switch, we can choose whatever country, doesn't really matter. Again, I'm just putting some random information here. And then you can see in the payment here, in the subtotal, you'll see Bahamian or Bahamian.
Yes.
Bahamian sand dollar.
Sand dollar. Bahamian sand dollar.
Bahamian sand dollar. So $49.99, exactly what the amount was. And we got to click on acknowledge, and a copy of your paid invoice will be sent to the email address used on this application. Please ensure that you use a valid email address. And we can pay. And this is basically where the magic happens. It loads up, and it's going to redirect back to the main website. And here it is. It's just like a normal website. And there you go. Payment successful, which is crazy. I mean, we managed to implement this within, like, I would say 40 minutes, or maybe actually a little bit more. But using a customer agent, and they gave us the, this is what I was building so far while Sarah was talking. So they gave us the documentation that is actually public, but we had them give it to us. And if anyone is from the Bahamas and is looking to build their own payment into their own website using Biela, we can provide that to you as well.
So if you're on Biela, let's just say you're building a site that is going to have products for sale where people use Visa, MasterCard, whatnot. That is going to be an easy sort of click to add process in Biela that you can see actually in the project page. Okay, so you're going to add Stripe. Stripe is that payment processor, and Stripe is going to give you the ability to collect payment through your normal Visa, MasterCard, whatnot. This user journey was a little bit different because the payment processor is not Stripe, it's Canoe. So Stripe and Canoe are kind of side by side. But the sort of built-in way that different service providers will allow for Stripe to integrate payments is now something that we have just done with Canoe and our I Got You Girl website. So this is the type of customization, if you will, that is available with Biela and will help you implement solutions into your own region with success. Okay.
This was a kind of a more unethical, let's say, implementation because it was very new to me, honestly. I never really heard of Canoe, probably not even Sarah, right? Or Dad.
No.
So none of us have heard of this before, but it took us around like 40 minutes to implement this working into a website using Biela. So I didn't have to do much coding at all. Pretty much all I had to do was prompt, and we had a little bit of help from the customer agent or the employee from Canoe. But all he did was give us the information that was actually publicly available. Thanks to Regina as well for bringing him on. So using that information and using Biela's help, because Biela is very smart, we managed to implement a working payment system into Regina's website, and hopefully this will help her. Um, uh, this will help her make this website a working one, so she can actually sell some courses. Um,
Thank you
let me,
so much, Theo. I appreciate it so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Regina.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to seeing what the girls built. Regina and I are going to continue to work on this project together, even as it pertains to getting some basic education around AI. But we are super happy to have helped you with this. What will happen next is actually we'll send you this project with all of the new implementations.
And access to a lead magnet. Maybe it's called future me problem. Maybe it's useful. Maybe it's not.
I love it. Dot is throwing in extra products.
Yeah.
We're gonna connect because I can use your platform to transition my older girls. So I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you, Regina.
Yeah, thank you so much, Regina. Thank you for what you're doing for the girls. Thank you also to Dr. G for your kind response in support of her project. I think that's
Thank you
amazing.
so much. I appreciate that, Dr. G. That's amazing.
We will see you on our affiliate call next week, but also we'll be in touch and we will get you a copy of this finished project. Thank you so much, Theo, for
Thank you, everyone.
working and
Thank you.
getting it all done. Awesome. Okay, so next we're going to jump over into the finished product for
Well, I do have some bad news about that.
okay. Break it to
Unfortunately,
us.
I wasn't able to implement the AI, not because of the missing key or anything like that. It's just a small problem that I had with my account, so I'm unable to actually edit any code. So unfortunately, I mean, I can try my best, but I don't think I can
Do it
do it.
live right now. No problem. No problem. Okay, so what,
Unfortunately, I'm still happy with the way that the live went because of Regina and being
Yeah.
able to implement the payment system into her website, which is very crazy. I mean, I also still have the project running. So the prompt that we gave to, I mean, I gave while Sarah was talking to her website to implement the payment system is still running. So it's still doing its job. I still have Supabase connected and it's gonna be doing it soon,
yeah.
but I still prefer the build version, let's say.
Yes, no problem, no problem. Okay, thank you so much, Caroline. Very well done, Regina, on your project. I see your joy. I feel Regina's joy. I have to tell you guys, I lived in West Africa, and there's a real limitation around just having access to certain things that we would consider normal because of payment processing. And I actually love that we were able to do this for Regina because I don't think even anyone recognizes the sort of door that got cracked open. And I think that that is amazing. You know, Alex, our founder, is a trailblazer. It's just who he is, like a visionary in that sense. And so I love the fact that we were able to assist with that. I'm going to continue to maybe Dodd, maybe you want to go to the Bahamas with me. Maybe we can go mentor some girls. I'm just saying. But I was also so encouraged by the alignment in topics because
It's crazy because we never talked before.
No.
And it was supposed to be something else, and then she's talking, and I'm like,
wait,
what?
Yeah. I love that. So I do feel like a tremendous amount of success with this. I know that, we do these calls live, you guys, and they truly are live, right? And so we do have moments, let's say, where Theo, I don't know what happened. Maybe Theo didn't pay his bill. I'm just joking. not able to make it.
Okay, look, I got it working. Okay, it's a little bit of unethical work, but I still got it working. We can showcase that if you guys want. Okay?
We can showcase it. No, but
Don't make fun of
you
me.
can if you feel ready to. You can. No worries.
I do, but the problem was that I couldn't add the AI key, unfortunately, so I had to use it in the put it in the chat so that Biela can add it, which is not really a good thing to do, guys. Don't really give out your keys like that. We are secure. Biela is secure as it can be. However,
in general,
it's still
yes.
an AI, right? Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't really do that. You should treat it a little bit carefully. But
Yeah.
let's see it. I mean,
You're
let's see it in
saying we
action.
don't need a private CTO at the end of the day to connect the dots for us.
That is true. We can use the
way
private
to
CTO. Maybe we could have used the voice to text for the AI feature, or the private CTO, and just read the key out. But yeah, this is it.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So we have the begin your journey and scan education fair QR. Let's click on begin your journey, and we can have the AI thing here. So it did make a question. Hey there, I'm future me, and I'm excited to get to know you. Let's start simple. What's your name, and where are you in your education journey right now? Like, are you in high school, college, taking a gap year, or something else? I really like the way it adds like, are you? That's a kind of like verbal language that students
It's
would
speaking
use.
to the age. It's actually speaking to the age of the,
Yep.
isn't it? Yeah.
My name is Theodore, and let's say I'm a student in
What grade?
first year. No, actually last year.
Last year.
Year of high school.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's send it. There we go. Thinking of the right question. This is we completed the first question. Now we're on to the second one. Nice to meet you, Theodore. So you're at the pivotal final year. When you think about your classes right now, which subject makes time fly by? Like,
nice.
You look up and realize an hour just disappeared. And on the flip side, which one feels like you're watching paint dry? What? I'm actually
Do you get it? No, wait, do you get it? He's saying, nice to meet you. Okay, so you're at the pivotal year. Okay, when you're in class, which class passes by? Like the time just flies.
Oh.
So it's like you turn around and you wake up and you're
my
like,
God.
oh, it's over. And he's like, on the contrary, which class feels like you're watching paint dry? Like it just can't go by fast.
So for me, the class that went by just like
So
that,
fast.
like a snap of the fingers, it
Yeah.
was the computer science class. Mainly because I played CS 1.6 in it, like Counter-Strike 1.6.
Oh, I still play it, by the way.
But you should put that in there, right? Because this is your personal, you know what I'm saying? Put that.
No, but the AI will get that he's in
Playing
his
Counter-Strike.
It felt like a snap of the fingers. On the flip side,
That would have been me. I'm like,
the
computer.
class, for me, I don't know which one it was actually. Maybe like math.
There it
Maybe like
is.
math. Yeah.
I wouldn't even expect that. I would think like computer science, math.
Yeah, they do kind of intertwine, but
no.
not really. I mean, sometimes you need it in computer science, but not all the
I like how simple the interface is, right? I like the progress bar across the top.
straight
I
to
like
the point.
the big font.
Oh, look at that. That's so awesome.
Are those
I did ask it to give me some options so I can click, so I don't have to write every single answer, because that kind of gets boring at some point. Interesting contrast. Computer science flies by, but math drags. I'm curious about that gap. When you're in computer science, what specifically pulls you in? Is it the problem-solving logic, building something that actually works, the creative freedom to design solutions, or something else entirely?
Oh, these are so good questions.
I think it's going to be able to make a really good report at the end.
You might find out you're in the wrong field, Theo. I'm just joking. Wait a minute.
Well, actually, in computer science, when I was in like high school, I was actually designing. I had a design business, so yeah, I was in the creative side.
See, look at that. That must be why we like to do the lives together, because you're like, I want to create something new. That's
Probably.
exciting.
That
Oh, wait,
creative.
hold on. I have to throw this up there. Thank you, Caroline. Well done, Sarah, Theo, and Dodd for the support. You guys are awesome. Thanks you. We appreciate that.
Thank you. That creative freedom clearly resonates with you. Now imagine this. You've got a tricky project due, maybe a coding challenge or a big assignment. Do you naturally dive in solo, sketching out your vision first, or do you get energized bouncing ideas off classmates and building something together? Man, these are
really good.
formulated
Okay,
so well.
this is so cool. You know the thing that I want to do? I want to give this project to Regina, and I want to I want to even ask Biela to go back in and give it like a Bahamian, a Bahamian, like, you know, kind of like dialect. So to see how well it does with that. I think that's like such a good idea.
We can try.
Yeah, totally.
I
Let's see.
was thinking it should have some like Gen Alpha keywords
Lingo?
or slang.
Yeah.
It would resonate more with their like this signal thing or whatever.
Signal boomer.
Signal boomer, yeah, that's us.
Maybe, but that would probably make the students cringe and not use the app anymore.
Yeah, I know. My 5 years old nephew was like, I was telling him like 6, 7. He's like, cringe.
Oh my god, we're bringing 6, 7 into the conversation.
Okay, she's like, she's trying.
my
She's
God.
trying. I love this. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, you guys. This has been amazing. Obviously, we can see that this is a great product. I'm excited to keep using it. Actually, I do want to do that. I think that this is such a good alignment. I want to get a copy of this to Regina as well and continue to modify this, because I think this could even be used as sort of like an introduction for her students that are coming into the summer program, because what she's tasking them with doing is to create a business, right? So her summer program is going to help them use Biela to create a business, but this could kind of lead them down the direction of the type of maybe business that they wanted to create based on their interest. So what I'm going to do, and this is kind of like the first time, we're going to end this live a little bit on a cliffhanger and say thank you guys so much for being with us. And we're going to keep working, and we're going to come back and actually share with you what some of the results are as we get a little bit further down the road. But
We're still going to implement that feature that we talked about at the beginning with the business and the universities.
Yeah, exactly. The next live that we
Part
do.
2.
Yeah, we're going to have a part 2 to this, sort of the flip side of the coin. If you're a business, if you're a university, let's say you're even, you know, thinking about being at a job fair or an education fair, and you want to be able to, you know, pop up a QR code and take people through a similar process to understand how well they fit with your organization or your learning objectives, or, you know, as a teacher it's the first day and you're like, hey kids, you know, do this, scan this QR code so that way I can get to know you more as your teacher. We will build that next and then sort of talk about how those two can connect. But team, well done. Well done.
I'm actually wondering, speaking of that, on that subject of the first day in school, I wonder how teachers nowadays interact with kids on the first day of school. Like, do they write Sigma on the, or 6, 7 on the blackboard?
No, that's old. It's very, I know that's old. It's so old. But this would be great. Should be like, come in and it's like QR code, and then the kids are like, wait, what?
That's awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh,
They would be curious enough to try it out and fill it in, see what they get. Maybe they get some candy at the end, right? Like
Yeah, exactly. No, gamify
like,
it. Tell them, give them, show your completion thing, and then you get a treat, because that's what kids also like. There's treats.
There's pizza on the table, but you got to fill in all this.
Yeah, and bring your ticket, your completion ticket.
Kids would be like writing answers and then drooling like. It's like anything. Yeah, okay, I'm interested in computer science. Just give me the pizza.
Just give me the pizza. How many tokens did that app take so far, Theo?
So for tokens, I'm actually not sure how much this project took, but you can see the price that it took for this, and it's actually $10.
$10. My wife is a school teacher. Kyle, what's going on? You got to get this to your wife. This is amazing. I feel like she should. What grade does she teach? I feel like she should do this in the class and get us some good real data. I think we just came up with something. They have an AI day next week. And I want them to use Biela. Kyle, let's make that happen. There's no time better than the present. Do you I know you're an affiliate. Are you in any of the chats, the affiliate chats? Grade 5. Oh my gosh, you guys, grade 5. This is perfect. This is like this is the prime age. Yeah, Kyle, let's talk about this. And Caroline, many thanks. We appreciate your effort to educate. Very well done, you all. Oh, thank you so much. We need to get Caroline and Biela the t-shirt because really appreciate your support. That's awesome. Yes, you're in Discord. Okay, reach out to us in Discord. Let's make sure that we get some way for your kids to interact with Biela, your wife's kids at their AI fair to interact with Biela next week. We can definitely make something happen. So reach out in Discord, and then Theo, you guys can connect me also with her too, I know. You guys, thank you so much. It's Thursday, which means tomorrow's Friday. So you're welcome. And hope you guys have hope you guys have a great weekend. And yeah, we'll see you next week on Thursday.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.